Siyempre, a-approve kayo dyan sa joint resolution na yan kasi ang nakikinabang po dyan, ang Senado, dahil nga po. Anong pinupunto ninyo talaga? Gusto nyong ipakita na corrupt siya at dapat siyang ma-impeach?
Ang ending nito, kulungan dapat para kay Vice President Binay.
Ngayong gabi sa Reaksyon, ayon sa Embahada ng Pilipinas sa Israel, nasa may 31,000 Pilipino ang nagtatrabaho at naninirahan sa Israel. Karamihan sa kanila nakatira sa Tel Aviv, Jerusalem at Haifa. At tulad ng sa ibang bansa sa Middle East, malaking issue rin ang kaligtasan at seguridad ng mga Pinoy sa Israel. Lalo pat ang Holy Land na babalot din ng mga hamon at suliraning pangkapayapaan. Gaya na lang ng problema sa pagitan ng Israel at Palestine, pati na rin ang nuclear deal ngayon ng Estados Unidos at ng Iran. At para pag-usapan yan, makakasama po natin ngayon sa studio ang ambassador ng Israel sa Pilipinas, si Ambassador Effie Ben Matityau. Did I pronounce your name right, Ambassador?
Absolutely. It's a big surprise to see that. I mean, you did it first time.
Welcome to Reaksyon.
Thank you very much.
You know, Israel is special to Filipinos because we take our faith very seriously. And when you say that Israel is the Holy Land, we really believe that with all our hearts. Most Christians in the Philippines anyway. So we feel that we have a special place in our hearts for Israel. Is that something that is also shared by Israelis about the Filipinos, if they know the Philippines at all or if they're familiar with us at all?
It's not only shared. We have a very serious debt of gratitude to the Philippines on the basis of how the Philippines actually related to the Jewish people prior to the establishment of Israel.
You're talking about the open door policy.
Exactly. So
Manuel
I
Alcázar.
think that this was it's a great example and symbolizes really the root origins of the relationships. And I think that what President Manuel Quezon did in his time reflect very strongly on Filipinos. Because this was a great moral victory for the Philippines on the
Yes.
backdrop of a great moral defeat
Yes, it was.
of those who will call themselves Enlightened Nations. And when you see the contrast between the reaction of the President Manuel Quezon and the actions of those who call themselves Enlightened Nations, I think Philippines really has to look at the mirror and feel great pride in this action.
Yes.
And it was the open door of Manuel Quezon, followed by the open hearts of the Filipinos, because the people who came here, the 1,300 Jews who settled in the Philippines, they were received so warmly that until now, those who survived not only the war, but survived the age.
Yes.
They still remember songs in Tagalog, and they have
They
these
do.
very, very fond memories of their childhood in the Philippines. So
Okay.
that's a very unique story. Philippines was also the only Asian country who voted in 1947 under Manuel
I
Rojas.
know, that's right.
And voted for the establishment of the state of Israel.
Yes, it was the swing vote, or it was the winning vote.
It's a kind of a
Yeah,
winning vote.
right,
So if you ask
right.
yourself, if we know, not only we know as a debt of gratitude, we actually abolished the requirement for visas from the Filipinos
Yes.
in 1968.
That's right. So we can freely
So
go to
You can
Israel
go to Israel anytime.
without having to line
And
up
we
in your
have-
embassy or consulate.
Absolutely, and we actually have
That's true.
like 35,000.
That's right. But you know, even now, Israel continues to be hounded. I mean, politically and geopolitically. I mean, and as we speak, of course, we're still awaiting the final approval of the U.S. Congress on the Iran nuclear deal that they've struck. Where is the Israeli government in all of this? How are you expressing, of course, your disagreement with this deal?
The one thing that I think most people don't realize, we don't have any disagreement on the idea of a deal. On the contrary, we thought all the way that an agreement is the best way out. I mean, it's not the last thing on our mind is to have a war. And definitely an agreement has to lead to a better situation. We have doubts because we are looking at not only the rhetorics but also the action of the Iranian government. Or the
You doubt Iran.
Without Iran, and we have all the evidence to doubt it. Without it, I mean, throughout the whole period that was a lead up toward the agreement, And we looked at their action behind the scene and the evasive actions and the many actions that actually meant a nuclear program that is not necessarily for energy. And
Yes.
that was proven not only by us. So the question of aspiration on the backdrop of a very fanatic regime, and that we have to admit, everybody knows that.
Yes, the anti-Zionist
It's not just
stance.
anti-Zionist, it's a very fanatic regime by nature because it's preaching a theocracy-style government, not a democracy-style government, and they are carrying and they are taking action, and they are involved in so many turmoils in the world. Terrorism, the fingerprints is all over. So we are not against Iranians, by the way, because we have, by the way, very fond memories of Iran.
That's right.
Iran was a very
historically you
was a
had
very
good relations.
a
That's right.
very good relations, even in
With the
time.
Shah, during the time of the Shah.
Or even before that, Iran, if you look at the Bible
Yes,
and you look
that's
at the
right.
history of the
Yeah.
nation of Israel,
Persia, yes.
Persia was always very instrumental in the revival of Israel.
Right. Yes.
So we have it's not really about an animosity between two nations. It's very much the idea of how a government acts and what is the agenda, and not just about Israel. And we are looking at, the fingerprints all over the world.
Right. Ipagpapatuloy pa po natin ang ating talakayan. Kasama pa rin si Israeli Ambassador to the Philippines, Ambassador Ephraim Ben Matityau. Huwag po kayong aalis, magbabalik ang reaksyon.